Welcome to Rosslyn Hill Chapel, a spiritual home for open minds. I'm Reverend Kate Dean, and I am proud to serve as the minister for this Unitarian spiritual community here in Hampstead, North London. Now, since this week is the 5th Sunday in May, we have a special all ages service for you. We've got a story, a craft activity, a song to sing, some games to play, and a talk. Our theme for the month of May is thresholds or doorways. And we can think of a threshold as a time in our lives when something has changed and we are stepping through to a new chapter in our lives. For me personally, I stepped over a threshold last November when I became a mother for the first time. So I'll be talking about the 5 lessons that my baby has taught me a little later. We hope that you enjoy this all ages service. Please bring your young heart, your creativity, and let's begin. We begin by lighting our chalice flame, the symbol of our liberal religious faith. We are the chapel of the open minds, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. We come together on Sundays with hearts full of joys and full of concerns. If you are watching this with other people, you might like to pause the video now for a few minutes to talk about the joys and concerns, the things you're worried about, and the things that you're grateful for, which you're holding in your heart today. And if you're on your own, just take a few minutes now to pause and reflect on your joys and concerns. In this time of stillness, we can take comfort knowing that we are all holding joys and concerns in our hearts, and we spread our loving kindness throughout the world to whoever may need it. Blessed be. We can't pass around our collection plate today, but we do have an online option. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do it through our website or through the Just Giving page. Your donations do help us to continue activities like these, as well as preserving our beautiful chapel building. So thank you.
Butterfly, butterfly, where are you? Oh, here I come, Bear. I've been flying around a lot today. The wind's died down and it's so beautiful in the garden. What's the news? I thought I heard the postman come. Has he delivered the letters? I look forward so much to when the post comes. Yes, yes, Butterfly. I've had a really lovely letter from Benjamin. Benjamin! I remember him. He's your cousin. Is he coming to stay? Yes, as soon as lockdown finishes, he's going to come and stay. Oi, I'm so excited. That's going to be so nice. But how can we make our door and our home seem really inviting? Well, I've been thinking about that. Perhaps we could make a door sign for our rooms. Yes, that's a good idea. And we can make one for him too. That's such a nice idea, Bear. I love that idea. I could decorate mine and you could decorate yours, and we could put our favourite pictures on it. And we could make one for Benjamin too. I think that would make him feel really welcome, don't you? Yes, I think that's a great idea. Let's make one. Well done for making such a lovely sign, Butterfly and Bear. Where have you hung them? We've hung them on our doors, silly. That's where they're supposed to go. Can we show you? Of course you can. Show me. Oh, this one is for Bear. And this one is for me. Do you like them? Oh, Butterfly, they look really special. I know Benjamin will know that that's your room and that's Bear's room. He will love them. How exciting. You could write him a letter back and tell him you're all ready for him to come and stay with your special door signs. You've done a lovely job. Well done. That's super. Thank you. Whee! Back to the garden now. Come on, Bear, time to run around. Come on. Whee! For our craft this week, I thought it'd be lovely to make a bedroom door sign. It's good for all ages, and when I was younger, I used to have a bedroom door sign and I used to make them for my friends too. And it's really easy to make. We thought we'd make this because it goes in thinking with our month of doorways and imagination, and also to think about why different religions might decorate their doors in different ways. Jewish people have something beautiful called a mezuzah, which is a bit of parchment inside a special sacred box, a very small box that they stick to the side of their door at an angle. And inside is a piece of written religious words from their religious book called the Torah, and it's written on a piece of parchment called cloth, and it's written by someone that's been trained in writing special Hebrew words in tiny script, and it's rolled very tightly and put inside the very small box, and it's to represent God's presence and remind people as they go through the doors to remember God's presence and to mark the transition between the busy swirl of outside and the sanctity and the sanctuary of going into their homes, and also as a guest to other people's homes. And I don't know about you, but sometimes during these times, our swirl of being inside with the family also needs a time of transition when we go and spend some time in our own rooms, and it would be really nice to make a sign to represent that. So I've cut out a piece of cardboard from an ice cream box. So any cardboard you have around, and I've stuck some paper over the top. So I put some glue on the cardboard, stuck the A4 paper, and then cut round so it's the same size as my cardboard piece. I've then used a hole puncher to punch some holes in the top there, so that I can at the end use a ribbon or string to hang it on my door. So what can I decorate it with, and what would I like on my door sign? Well, I think it's probably tradition, isn't it? When you've got a bedroom door sign, you want to decorate it. So I've cut out lots of different things from different magazines, all the things that brought me happiness and things to think about, like the seaside in Italy there from a magazine, from a birthday card my sister sent me. It had lots of little stars on. I've got my star earrings on. I do love stars, so I always try and put that where I can. And a nice yellow armchair, something to make me think about home and the comfort and sanctuary of home. So I thought I'd put that on my door sign as well. And all you need to do is make a collage, really. So choose your favourite things, some flowers there, and you can stick them as you like. I would say that you probably want to write your name on it as well, in your favourite colour, something like that. So try to think about what you'd like and what colours you'd like, and if you want a parent or a helper as well to maybe draw out the letters, you can do that and then colour in your own letters and leave enough space for a few pictures as well. That would be really special. So I'm going to try that now. Let's see. So I've written my name on it in the middle. I hope I've left enough room to then put some pictures around it. So let me try that. There we are. I've stuck some pictures on it. I've got my peony, my star, my seaside, some sunflowers and a big comfy armchair. And I couldn't fit one on, so I just kind of curled it round to the back and stuck it on the back a bit. I've got a bit of the top space, but I don't know what to put there. Maybe I'll do some sky or some leaves. So let's try that. Let's have a look. There we are. I've just filled the top with some leaves and swirls and little flowers. And I'm just going to put the ribbon on top now. So I've tied the yellow ribbon and I've just threaded it through and just put a knot at each side. And then I can hang it up. There we are. That's nice. You could use string or anything to hang it up there, or any shape really of sign. Doesn't have to be a rectangle. And then if I fancy an ice cream, maybe I could turn it that way around and see if anyone brings me an ice cream. But yeah, there we are. Katie's room. So I've got lots of pictures left over actually. I might have to make another one. So have some fun, choose some nice pictures with your family, and you could make a sign for any of the rooms, because sometimes they hang mezuzahs up in between the kitchen and the hallway, or the hallway and the bathroom, or the hallway and the front room. So it doesn't have to just be your bedroom. You could make a sign that says guest room or bathroom, or a funny sign, or maybe if you're wanting a bit of space, you could say come in quietly, or please do come in, whatever you like. So have some fun with that and enjoy, and think of those sacred boundaries that we all have, and the mezuzah. I've got two lovely games for the families to play this week for all ages. One is called Consequences, and it's a storytelling game, and the other one is a drawing game. It's a doodle game. For both things you'll need some paper and some pencils and preferably some pens for the doodle game, and it works best if you have 2 or more players. So the first one, called Consequences, makes your own story up with the characters and what happens, but each player doesn't know what the other person is going to write down before them, so you end up with a funny consequence or something that's just bonkers, it doesn't make any sense and is really silly, and hopefully it'll provide some entertainment. So I'll read out the things you have to write down, then you fold over the paper and then pass it to the next player and they can write down the next part of the story. There's eight different sections. So you could write at the top of your piece of paper, once upon a time, and then pause my video. And the first player can take a turn, and he or she has to think of an adjective, so a describing word, something that describes someone, and a man's name. So for example, and I don't want to keep giving examples because it might get in the way of your imagination, but you could say, once upon a time there was a happy man called Simon. So that's nice. And then you fold down, so if you've got your bit of paper, you might just fold the top down, so about 1 centimetre. And then you pass the piece of paper over to the other player. So the second one would be, you have to think of an adjective and a woman's name. So don't tell the other player what you've written down. You want to keep it a secret. So the next person has to write something. So an adjective and a woman's name. So have a pause if you need to do that. And then the third thing is where they meet. Where do they meet? Or where have they met? So it could be anywhere, any country, any place, somewhere nearby, somewhere completely made up. You can make up a made up place. So that's quite a fun one. So number 3. So then pause the video and write that down. And now number 4, so pass it back to the first player now. The second person will be doing this one. So what did he say to her? What did he say to her when he met her? Have a think. Pause the video if you need to and write that down. And once you've done that, fold your bit of paper and give the piece of paper back to the other player. And you get to say, what did she say to him? And really, they won't know what the other person said, but they'll say something back. So it could be, like my suggestion was, do you know the way to the swimming pool? And she says, 42. That makes no sense. But you can just write down anything, and that's the fun of it. So what did she say to him? So pause the video. Number 6, what happened next? What happened next? It could be anything. They might go somewhere, they might stay there and something happens to them. So what happened next? So pause the video and write that down. Number 7, what the consequence was. So that's why this game is called Consequence. What was the consequence of them saying these 2 things together? Something happened. What happened next? So again, it could be something appearing or another person coming or something happening to them. And this is my favourite bit, number 8. So whichever player gets this is the lucky. What the world said. What did the world say about that? You could imagine a headline in the newspaper, or sometimes in my mind I have an image of the planet Earth with hands saying, oh my goodness, something like that. But it could be anything, or a favourite saying of yours. So you can write that down and you can fold your bit of paper. So you've done all of them. So I'll run back through them. You've got an adjective and a man's name, an adjective and a woman's name, where they met, what she said to him, or what he said to her, or what she said to him, what happened next, what the consequence was, and what the world said. Lovely. So now you've got all your folded up bits of paper. One of you can unwrap it. So here's an example. Once upon a time, a happy man called Simon met a quiet woman called Katie. They met at a park, and he said to her, "Do you know the way to the swimming pool?" And she said to him, 42. And what happened next? They went on a boat ride. And what was the consequence? A big cake appeared. What did the world say? Oh dear. Well, I don't know. I think yours will probably be a lot funnier. I couldn't get anyone to play with me. That's so sad, isn't it? No one wanted to play, but I hope you guys have got someone to play with, because it is really funny and it does make you think, and it's a lot of fun. So that's the first game, Consequences. I love that. And then the second game is a drawing game. So you can get a pencil and a bit of paper, and you can do this all at the same time. You don't need to take turns, and it's fun for all ages. And you just close your eyes, put your pencil on the paper, or close your eyes the other way around, and just for a few seconds, just make a mark on the page. Okay, so I've made a mark like this. Don't know if you can see that there. And then you have a look and you pass your doodle to somebody else, and they might look at it and they would see something in there. I'm not sure. Actually, I might turn my doodle the other way round, and then you can take a different colour perhaps, and you might turn it into something. So for me, when I looked at my doodle, it looked like a fish. I don't know why, but it did. And then I've just drawn on the doodle to make the picture of what I saw in their doodle. You can do a few of them. I don't know how they look. And it's a lot of fun. And actually, it's a bit sad to say this, but if no one wants to play, this is a great game you can do on your own as well. So I might just have one more turn, because I'm by myself. Can I use the other side? You might want to use scrap paper for this, but anyway, let's see. So I'm going to do loads of crazy lines this time. Oh, it's come out a bit different this time. Oh, wow. What could that be, I wonder? Looks like two fishes kissing that way, or maybe a moustache or a bow tie. It looks like a bow tie to me, so I might go like that, and then I might get some colours, and I just colour in a crazy looking sweet or bow tie. There we are. I don't know. It's fun, or it could be a little bow for your hair. Oh, you can't see there, but there you go. I just coloured it in, just finished it off like that. You could draw the rest of your character around it. So I could draw a face. Let's see. And it's a sort of hair tie. That looks crazy to me, but you get the... Oh, it just cut me off before I finished there, but here's the last doodle I made. I really like her hair tie. It wasn't a bow tie, it was a hair tie. So I hope you enjoyed those games together, and they're the kind of thing you can share, and hopefully they fit into the idea that doors can be a pathway to imagination, different ways to go to new stories and think of new things and innovate. So enjoy your time, and I look forward to hearing some of your stories, perhaps if you'd like to share them, or post your doodles on the WhatsApp group. Bye for now. Bye.
When I became a mum, lots of things changed. I knew I had to look after this little baby and give him lots of love, but I didn't realise how much he would teach me. I've learned so much from our 6 months together, but today I'd like to share with you 5 lessons my baby son has taught me. They are the importance of basic needs, remember to stop, look for the first time, pay attention and listen, above all, love. Lesson 1. Make sure your basic needs are met. At the most basic level, We humans need to be fed, kept warm and dry, have enough sleep, and enough loving cuddles. The first step is to understand how important this is. Lesson 2. Stop. Taking a break from my previous busy lifestyle, I learned to slow down and even to stop. Time became elastic as I focused on being with my child. It gave me a sense of peace. Lesson 3. Look. Looking through the eyes of a child is really about seeing so many things for the first time. Not only seeing, but using all of our senses for the first time. What does grass feel like? What does a carrot taste like? Why does music make me feel so good? It's a real delight to rediscover simple pleasures and introduce my favourite things to my baby. Lesson 4. Listen. We all have to listen to our bodies to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Even though my baby isn't able to talk, if I pay attention, I can listen to what he is trying to tell me, so that I know when he is hungry, when he is tired, and when that nappy needs to be changed. Lesson 5. Love. It really is all about love. If all else fails, a cuddle will do us all some good. Even when we have difficult times in our lives, our ability to love ourselves and other people will get us through pretty much all the challenges we might face. So let's stay connected and keep loving each other, whether we are close to each other now or far away. So the 5 lessons I learned from my baby were basic needs: stop, look, listen, and love. For our closing blessing, I'd like to use the words that our children's chapel uses to say goodbye at the end of their activities. And we can say these words together now. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness that we learn light our hearts till we return. Bye for now, and thank you.